Again, what we're doing here is we have a string array that contains or an integer array that contains 5 buckets. And so maybe this isn't the best whiteboard to bring up because this is all string arrays. But we have an integer array that contains 5 buckets, and we can stuff 5 different integers into it. And we do that by accessing it through the index operator. And again, there is a thing that I did say before as I was writing this code. I did it the other way around that I did before. Instead of having number index start at 1 and go to 5, I have number index starting at 0 and going to 4. That way I can just directly access the number array. But when I present it to the user, I want the user to see it in a 1-based index. All right. So how's everyone doing with the syntax part of it? Everybody seems to be okay with the concepts of what we're doing, but how is the syntax looking? So I'll run over the syntax really quick. Again, we have a type because every variable needs a type. And we have a type here. By adding these little square brackets, we turn an int into an int array. The next thing that we have to know is that with arrays, we must instantiate them. Why do we have to instantiate them? Well, because I told you you have to instantiate them. We'll get into more details about what that actually means later. Next week, we're going to be talking about things like the stack and the heap and memory and value types versus reference types and all that fun stuff. But for now, we need to instantiate arrays. That's what we need to know so far. The next bit of an array is this little number inside the square brackets. That just tells the array how many items it can contain. Finally, the only other bit of syntax people need to understand about arrays is how we pull a value out of an array. And we pull it out of an array by using the index operator, which are these square brackets. Again, square brackets are a very common theme with arrays. So we have square brackets with a number index, and that just allows us to retrieve an individual value out of that array.